Hello everyone, today is the first Wonder Festival of 2022. If you don't know what Wonder Festival is, it's probably the biggest event in the anime figure industry, and in this video we're going to be going over all of the announcements and things that have come up today. So Arcadia doesn't have a whole lot, they've just got like some Macross stuff. The only thing of note is this figure. This looks kind of soulless, but if we jump to the actual art, we can see that this is from Macross, the original Macross, which is cool to see. I think it's always cool when older characters and older properties get revisited and have their time to shine. And the sculpting on this, you know, doesn't look half bad, so I think it'd be cool to see all painted if it does show up on Ami one day. Next up, we have X+, and I don't know if they have anything of note other than Ultraman and what I can only assume is some sort of Godzilla stuff with this strangely large lobster. Is there a page 2? Is that what this is? If you like C-3PO, we have a waifu for you. Wait. Metropolis? No way. Metropolis, the silent film from like 1920. They're making a figure from it. I was just talking about reviving old properties, but maybe 100 years. It's a bit much. Alright guys, I think this video started a bit weird, but we're getting into the anime stuff with EMONTOYS. So this is their take on Rem. I will say that like one cute aspect of this is that, I hope it's intentional, is her mace makes like a little heart shape in the air, and I think that looks cute. Her hair color seems like really, really light for some reason. Kinda like it, at least it's different. Scrolling a bit further down is an Asuna figure. Kinda like the expression I'm seeing on the face. I think the sculpt is looking pretty good and pretty dynamic. The way her hair is flowing both back behind her and then around her in front, I think is a nice little addition. So the shelf presence and everything, I think, should be pretty good on this. But I guess I'll take another look when she's coloured. Who is this? Is this Azur? Up on the top of the page it says, Belfast with attractive proportions. I'd agree with that. Those are some proportions. The thing I like about this is the little teapot. I think, show me more of that. Yeah, give me some of that teapot action. I might have sounded sarcastic there, but I genuinely am interested in the teapot. I think the sculpt just looks good in general, and I hope this will be one of the cheaper Azur figures. Usually their price gets bumped up because of the boat parts, but it doesn't really look like there's any of that going on here, so hopefully a nice, affordable Belfast. Grand Blue Fantasy. Is this some sort of swimsuit figure? I think the way the hair moves is really nice, and there's some nice gaps in the hair, which make it less of like a solid chunk. And I also like the horns on her head. She must be some sort of sexy demon lady or something. It's cute. I'm interested to see it painted, because then I'll have a much better idea of what I'm really looking at. Ooh. Right, so that's some crazy looking, I assume, Toho figure. This is a photo of a CG render of it. But that looks pretty cool. I'm looking forward to seeing that, like, in a real life space. They also announced this one. Is that Reimu? It looks cute. If this is like the actual theme and illustration they're basing this figure off of, it's gonna look really cute, I think. Oh, praise the sun and so on and so forth. Okay, next up is S-Fire, which is Sega's premium scale figure line. This looks insane. This is gonna be so expensive. Damn. Look at all of this. There's so much detail in like the base and on these characters. I don't see a scale there. If it is 1/7 scale, this is gonna be one beast of a figure. Also more Hero Academia stuff with Deku and Eri. My dwindling anime knowledge is being tested right now. I guess this looks cool. Deku looks a bit constipated or something. I don't know. I don't like I don't like this stance. But the base looks cool, the effects are really cool. Interested to see how this one goes. Painted. And speaking of painted prototypes, we have Todoroki. It's not the most excitingly posed Todoroki we've seen, but I do like the effect parts, especially the coloring on the ice here. I think the shading on Todoroki's body looks pretty good as well. Ooh, All Might? What's up with his leg? He's also looking kind of constipated like that Deku. God damn. Oh, they're doing a lot of these now. I guess that's the S-Fire shtick, is just doing Hero Academia figures. I really like this base for Ochako. I think that suits her quite well. I think they've nailed her personality and her ability in this figure. It just looks really neat, I think. Hero Academia continues with this toga scale. Her face looks very creepy. Maybe too much on the creep on this, but I'll reserve judgment until she's fully painted. Jesus Christ, what is that thing? I wasn't looking. 1 second we're normal, and then I scrolled down a bit and that happened. Kind of grotesque. I don't know how I feel about that. If it's like all fleshy and meaty when it's painted, I'm not gonna like it. Ooh, is this Sonic? Is that Shadow? Rolling around at the speed of sound. Got places to go, gotta find. I better get demonetized for that. I guess this is pretty cool for a Sonic figure. I really like the base, but I feel like it kind of overshadows the fellas in the middle. Just a little bit. I totally forgot that S-Fire is Sega and they can do whatever they want with Sonic. Anyway, moving on. Next is Kaiyodo. They have this, I was gonna say scale, but this looks like an action figure of Hawks from Hero Academia. Ooh, that's cool. That's some sick posability. That looks really good. Damn. And they also have Endeavor. Endeavor looks a bit strange, but he'll probably look way cooler once he's painted, I'm sure. What the hell are these things? This looks like Hisui and Chocobo. Now we have Shibuya Scramble Figure. You may also know them as eStream, which I think a lot of people would have been waiting for. They're one of the most popular and the most expensive figure brands. So starting off, we have some Uma Musume figures. We have Silence Suzuka, Special Week, who is adorable. I love Special Week, and Tokai Teo. These look a bit more low-key than we're used to seeing from eStream, but I do like the concept of these bases. They're kind of like trophies or podiums or something, I guess. Let's just hope they keep the cost reasonable with them. And then there's this fella standing on a log. I think it looks a little bit silly, but we'll see once it's painted. If this log like actually doesn't look good, I'm probably not gonna like it. This is more Jujutsu Kaisen. This is a pretty sick looking design. I always like tattered, ripped clothes. His expression is really, really cool. I love how much depth they've given to his mouth and like each of his individual teeth. Looks like there's been a lot of effort put into this face, so I really like to see that. And then this guy who I assume is also part of the set. Probably the least interesting of the bunch, but depending on what color this all turns out, he could be looking pretty swish. Oh no. eStream is doing Fate figures. Oh no. So they're doing Solomon, who I assume is gonna be extremely huge, and also MASH. There's been a lot of MASH figures. They might have to do something really crazy to get me interested in it, but it's kind of what eStream does. They also announced a pair of Macross Frontier figures. I assume this is Ranka and the other girl. These silhouettes look crazy! Look how huge they are, oh my god. Judging from these silhouettes, I assume they're gonna be in kimonos or something? I could be completely wrong about that. I can't read Japanese, or else I'd know what the hell this says. What is this? Oh my god, that's Madoka. Okay. I guess Madoka and Homer are figures as well? They're doing a lot. Knowing eStream, they're gonna go disgustingly large with how big these Madoka figures are gonna be. But wait, there's more. They have a second page of things. Oh my god, this is Kaiyodo from Princess Connect. Look at her. That's beautiful. I love that. Is that like butterfly wings? Oh my god. That's a great sculpt. It's visually interesting. I really like these swirly bits. eStream may have won me over with this figure. Oh, they also have a color prototype for Pecorine. This one looks magnitudes better than the Furyu one we saw the other day in the Yami Yami recap. The sculpting is better, the colors are better, the concept is better. They're also doing Carol. I love it. I'm glad to see eStream branching away from their crutches of Rem and Ram and Amelia and doing something else for once. It keeps going though. They also have this Miku. She have like cat ears. I think there's maybe a bit too much going on here for me to really enjoy it. Looks cute though. I like the jacket and this like clear top she's wearing. They're doing their own Cardcaptor Sakura figure. Good Smile already has a couple of really great looking scales, so I'm not sure if this one can really compete with them. But we'll have to see when it goes up for pre-order. Okay, this one's definitely Cancole and not Azulane. I don't know who these characters are, but they look kind of cute. And I wonder how much eStream will charge for the boat parts tax on these. Ulta definitely doubles the price on things. I have no idea what this is, and this picture looks like it's just cut from an anime and seems very vague. So I'm sure we'll see more about this at some point in the future. Ooh, they're doing Alice. I assume this is her crystal dress version as well to match Asuna. I'm not a fan of whatever the hell this yellow effect is, but the rest of it, that looks really classy. I like that. This base is really cool. God, eStream is so busy. Why do they have so many figures to announce? 3 Girls Frontline figures. There is ZB26, M950A, and UKM 2000, which are all still in the illustration phase, so probably a hot minute until we get any prototypes or pre-orders up for these ones. And finally, that is the end of the Shibuya Scramble Figure / eStream showcase. That's a lot of figures coming up. They're going to be milking everyone dry with all of these, but I hope they don't buckle under the pressure of producing such a large number of scale figures. Okay, the next batch of figures is from SEGA. I'm assuming because S-Fire was separate, these are all of their prize figures and stuff, so I can't just run through them a little bit more quickly. If this is like actually a prize figure, it looks pretty damn good. This has some shading and stuff on it, like the sculpt looks good, the paintwork looks really good. I'm surprised. Down here on the nameplate it says it's in the figurism line, which I've never heard of before. Looks pretty good for something priced around the same as a prize figure. Oh god, they're doing ReZero stuff? Okay, sure, why are they in these outfits? What is this? God, they're cute though. Ooh, Eurocamp. That's cute. I like that. I love this. I love that pose. Prize figures look so good these days. Now we have Taito, who also make prize figures, but I'm not expecting too much of that in this, because they are also behind Spiritale, which is their new premium figure brand. So this seems to be Mai in another Chinese dress. We just looked at one in the Ami recap, and I will say that the composition and base and everything on this one looks a lot more interesting. Whether it ends up looking good once it's painted is another thing. If you were thinking about pre-ordering the other one, you may want to hold off for this one, because I think it's looking pretty cool. Whoa! This is Albedo from Overlord, and this is a really interesting concept for a figure. I don't know if I enjoy it that much. She kind of just looks like she's on a trading card, and also like this big, which is kind of ridiculous. But I think it's kind of hard to get a good idea about this until it is painted. This is really cute. It's like, she looks like she's ready for Easter. And I assume she'll be released in time for Easter 2024. I like the colors, I like the textures, I like the composition of it. Seems nice. They also announced that they're doing a 1/7 scale of this artwork, which is like some Royal Miku or something for some reason. Seems interesting. Spiritale has their own version of Ochako. I think the S-Fire version might be more interesting, but this base is also cool in its own right. The way even like the checkered pattern on this base is being like textured and destroyed is also a really cool touch, I think. Ooh, I think this Toga is better than the S-Fire one though. I think this base is really good. It reminds me a whole lot of Good Smiles Yotsugi Deluxe from Tsuki I'm excited to see this painted because I think it's going to look really, really good. I'm surprised it's taken us this long into the video to find a company making a Kurumi, and this looks like a wedding dress, so I'm kind of seething already. The base at least looks pretty cool. We'll see how it goes when it's painted. And they also have a lot of concept announcements. So we have Black Rock Shooter, and that thing looks massive. We also have Rem, because every good figure company has done at least one Rem. Yukino, whoever the hell this is from Tales of Arise, and these two characters from Blue Archive, and their designs look pretty cool. Next up, we have Figure Story. I looked at the website, and I can only assume it's a game with figures? Maybe? They have this figure, but the really cool thing is this version, which is, whoa, which has some amazing paintwork on it to give it this like 2D cel shaded effect. It's super pretty. This isn't the first time I've seen this effect been done before, but every time I see it, I love it. It looks magical. Looking at this photo, you would be so sure that this was like a hand-painted illustration, not a 3D thing somewhere. I'd really love to see this technique done more often. Okay, moving on to Union Creative. What the hell is this? Are they doing a Nendoroid? I like both of these faceplates, they seem really fun. They have this character who I'm not entirely sure who it is, but I'm led to believe they're from the Journey of Elena. They have this Rem, which I don't like at all. I feel like I've seen Rem prize figures better than this. Oh god, they've got one of those elves from Overlord. Which one is it? Which one's the girl one? Is this the girl one or the boy one? I like the Shaltier ball. They've got their own version of Maple, and this looks really weird because the shield is like separate from her and there's like nowhere to put it. It's very strange. And also her friend, who I completely forget the name of. Oh god, why are there freeing bunnies here? I didn't sign up for this. What does Union Creative have to do with these? I don't know. I didn't even recognize that as an Azur Lane character, but there we are. Okay. But this whole section's just gonna be B-styles, isn't it? Yep. There's another one. Oh, maybe not. This is just some girl from Azur Lane. And whoa, mama, what the hell is this? Oh my god. Oh. Okay. Cool. Well, that looks pretty. Is this Illustrious? It looks like Illustrious. And now finally we're going to end this on Wanderer. Is this really the first time we're seeing the sculpt and painted version of this unicorn figure? Maybe I've just been waiting for it for a while, but kind of sworn it existed already. I really like her hair. It seems there's quite a few shades in there. It's nice. Seeing it now, I don't think I'm gonna buy it, but glad it exists. Second last, we have this character who I'm not entirely sure what they're from. Initially I would have said Girls Frontline, but the next one is from Blue Archive. I'm not sure, but she looks pretty cute. These photos really aren't the best though, so I'll have to take a closer look when she goes up for pre-order. And then lucky last is this lass from Blue Archive. I don't know who that is, but she really reminds me of a blue version of Exia from Arknights. So that does it for the Wonder Festival 2022 Winter Recap, and I'm very excited for what Good Smile will show at Wonderful Hobby Life for You 35, which should be sometime in the next week, maybe. I will also have a video for that when that event does happen, so make sure you're subscribed so you can get all of the latest and greatest news from everything figure related here on the Ando Experience. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch ya in the next one. Bye!